Hello, everyone, and good morning. It's Thursday, August the 22nd, and I am Linda Davis. I'm the HCC Northeast College Operations Office Manager and the Executive Co-Chair of the We Care campaign. We're so glad to have you join us on Up to the Minute. We will be joined shortly by the co-host, Sharday Campbell, who is the Strategic Enrollment and Social Media Manager. But in the meantime, if you've missed us and you want to get caught up, you can catch us live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV at noon, 5 and 10, Monday through Friday. Well, today we continue our tradition of welcoming our college presidents to the show for the semester kickoff update. In a few minutes, we'll be talking with the interim Central College President, Dr. Butch. But first, we're catching up with Dr. Michael Edwards, who is my president in the Northeast College. Welcome to the show, Dr. Edwards.
Thank you, Ms. David. Linda, good to see you. Happy Thursday.
Yes, and we're so glad to have you here to tell us all the wonderful things about what we're doing in Northeast. It's an honor for me to be hosting you today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Now, I understand Northeast has significant enrollment increases this semester. Tell us all about it.
Well, that is true. I want to point out first our partners in the ISD, particularly Houston Independent School District, the Heights High School, record enrollment. As a matter of fact, piggyback on your statement, and thank you very much. It's a team effort. We've got a great team at Northeast. We're up actually today, 21%, people, 21%. I'm glad you're coming back. Come on, we still got room for you. We're still enrolling as we speak. In fact, we'll be enrolling until September 3rd, and that's for the fall semester. So everyone out there who feels like it's too late, it's never too late to do what's right. Come on back. We'll be ready for you. And we'll keep the lights on and the fun going and changing lives and working with you and our partners.
Because that's what we do in Northeast. Now,
Absolutely.
we've also been awarded some exciting grants, right?
Yes, several grants. Texas Workforce Commission, about a 300,000 plus grant awarded to us to extend several of our workforce programs and building more equipment to help our CDL, commercial truck driving program. We also received an additional $200,000 grant for electronic vehicle training and, of course, getting all the simulated equipment we need to support that training effort. We received another $400,000. I like talking about all this money, right? We received another $400,000 grant to help build our aviation program, which is really aircraft mechanics and technology, A&P techs. And so we got a lot going on. You may not have time enough on this segment. I'm probably gonna have to come back and to share some more of the good stuff as far as the grants and the tremendous work that our personnel are putting forward.
Well, because we know we care in Northeast, we're welcoming back the students with Welcome Week. I know Ashley Rhodes and her team is working hard, getting everybody back in the saddle and feeling welcome with the new and returning students. Can you tell us a little bit about Welcome Week events?
Welcome Week, we have such a dynamic view of all the programming features we have in our college. We've got an event every day this week. We've had an event every day this week, and it's everything for giveaways, umbrellas, free swag, little eaglets, and food and dance and merriment and really socialization, just coming together as people and enjoying being around folks and meeting and greeting people. Music. We've had several live remotes from radio stations, some of your favorites. I won't get into it just in case it's not everybody's favorite. But the idea is that we're magnetic about trying to attract and do those things that make you feel like you're living the college life and experiencing being among folks and thinking about ideas and thoughts and innovations and energy. So we're doing every day this week, we're celebrating in one of our campuses. Each of our 5 locations have a back to school event. And that includes a whole lot of programming, and some of our vendor friends are also on board to help us with those.
Well, I tell you, having been a student in HCC Northeast region, I always looked forward to the student life events, and Welcome Week was always the best. You have a great week. We have a great weekend opportunity with our weekend college, a new
Yes.
AAS degree. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the weekend college is a strategic response. We appreciate the great support we get from the offices, chancellor and the chancellor and our board. It's nothing new to Northeast College, but for several years we've simply not done it. But I'm privileged that since I've been here, we've been thinking about it, working. Now it's happening. We have the weekend college. We did a survey and also took a bunch of data. We went to school and did our homework and discovered that a lot of our students, particularly at the North Line location, are taking a biology course, some kind of science or biology, whether it's computer science or healthcare. Okay. So the idea was at that point to build a weekend college that allows students to take certain courses over the weekend, particularly those courses that seem like they may be problematical or challenging. Now you have the weekend to catch up and evenings. And it's going to be led by Dr. Darren Baskin, who's tremendously energetic and caring. And he's one of our very best. And he's the director of a weekend college. Now, we'll say, in addition to that, we're offering phlebotomy classes out at our Acres Home facility. We're offering certified nurses aid at our Acres Home facility. Soon we'll be expanding those opportunities to dovetail with that appetite for biology and all of that science and allied healthcare training, which seems to be out there.
Awesome.
Well, and speaking of new openings, if I may, there's just so much. I mean, there's a lot to tell you and our viewers, listening audience. We're also opening a Veterans Military Affiliated Services for Student Success office as well at the North Line location. So all you veterans out there that may be in earshot of our message this morning, come on out. We've got great people over there waiting to assist you. It's a great facility. It's right across from our recreation area there at North Line, right around the corner from our weekend college. So brand new, but same good heart and talented people stand by to help you.
Well, before we're out of time, please tell them about the new criminal justice program, the Fast Track.
Well, we in the past have had a variety of criminal justice offerings: intro to judicial process, intro to the system, criminology, the study of why people may get involved in some of these events. We recognize that not everybody may want to be a police officer. Although for 30 years plus, we've had an excellent police academy, law enforcement academy in the history of Houston Community College. We've led that effort, and we trained a lot of first responders across our region. But that criminal justice fast track 8-week course is something you would think about to give you a little idea. Check it out to see
just a little taste, right?
To see if some of the issues, the systems, and some of the events, if they're attractive to you or you have an interest in, see where your passion lies. There are so many jobs in that system that are available, and we're going to do our very best to bring back some of the programming that supplements not just law enforcement, but also the criminal justice system holistically.
Well, we're almost out of time, but before we go, I want to plug our community learning programs with our 50+ crowd, because I hear most of those opportunities are free.
Well, typically in a community college, and you know this, Ms. Davis, we teach the whole continuum of experience for human beings. So not only do we have ABE, GED classes for those who never got that paper from high school, or for adult learners, we have community learning opportunities, which are very short impression, short cycle, maybe an hour or so, not too much of your time, but again, gives you, as you say, gives you a taste of some
Yes,
special topics like metaverse. What is that, right?
right.
Artificial intelligence. What are we really talking about there? What's AR, VR?
Okay. Well, we're
What is
almost
the
out of time, but I want to thank you, Dr. Edwards, the president of our lovely, illustrious HCC Northeast College, for joining us. Again, it was my pleasure. And we will have a commercial break and come up with Sade with Dr. Butch Hodges and the Central College. Thank you again, my illustrious president, Dr. Edwards, for joining us today.
Thank you, Ms. Davis. Thank y'all. Bye-bye now. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
When I grow up, I want to work in a lab to build robots.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
All right, welcome back. And we are welcoming to the show Dr. Harrod, Dr. Butch Harrod, who serves as the interim president of Central College. Welcome to the show, Dr. Harrod.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
So happy to have you on the show today during the first week of school. The fall semester is still very fresh. Seeing the pictures from Central, a lot of energy per usual, welcoming back students, but it won't be long before our students fall into their rhythms, fall into their studies, and we move beyond welcome week to helping our students access the resources to sustain and succeed during the semester. So what do you all have planned for this semester at Central?
Well, actually, we have a lot of things planned, and I want to diverge just a little bit from what you ask and say, because I followed my esteemed colleague, Dr. Michael Edwards, and he was talking about the Welcome Week and all the activities that they have at their campus to reinvigorate and connect with our students. And he mentioned that they had a Welcome Week. Well, we have a Welcome 2 weeks. So I have to one-up him because Dr. Edwards and I are great friends, and so we're always going back and forth on things. But seriously, there's a wide variety of things that we're doing, very similar to what Dr. Edwards mentions, everything from goodie bags that we're distributing, gaming days, days where students can come in and interact with a variety of people. And we have my personal favorite coming up, which is Pizza with the President. So they actually feed me as well, and I always like that. But our students absolutely, they arrive with a lot of baggage, and they arrive under stress. And getting back to your question, to speak about some of the differences that we're trying to make in those students' lives. You know, I want to revisit that statement for a minute, because we believe that a student's mental health and well-being and their physical well-being are all tied in together, and that their success in both school and in life is ultimately dependent on those things coming together in a beneficial way for our students. I'll just mention off the cuff, I've done some research on this, and there was a 2023 study that showed that 44% of students, and by the way, this was across 133 college campuses, and over 90,000 students, 44% had symptoms of depression, 37% were experiencing anxiety, and probably the most alarming was 15% said that they were contemplating suicide. So when we have these students arriving with these kind of stressors, so we believe it's incumbent upon us to try to create an environment where those stressors can be alleviated to some degree. So I want to give a shout out to our college dean, our student services dean, to be specific, Dr. Stacy Welcome, because she has prioritized wellness. She's devoted a lot of energy and resource into the total student health and well-being. And so we have a lot of different activities in that regard, and I will speak about more of those a little bit later. But I think it's important that we recognize that the physical health is tied to the mental health, and they're inextricably linked. So we are the only college in the HCC system with a fully functioning gymnasium where we've got a basketball court, we have weight training, we have aerobic training, we have group exercises, and even a mindfulness room. So that goes back to the mental health and well-being. And we've tried to prioritize that because we believe it is so important and vital for student success. And that is absolutely why we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. And the study you mentioned, I had just seen that study on PBS News, and it's something that is data that is informing the shift that colleges are having to make from asking are students college ready to are we student ready as an institution. And everything that you've been saying creates readiness for our institution to serve all students.
Thank you for saying that. That's absolutely true. Sometimes we think students come, they take academic courses, they leave, or they take workforce courses, whatever the courses they take. But Dr. Edwards alluded to lifelong learning in that. And so we are experiencing students that run the gamut from very young to older adults. And, we've got to prioritize each of those market segments to try to really be the community college that we're attempting to be. I think that's vitally important. And, mentioning older adults, we know from research that if they keep their minds sharp, that helps ward off Alzheimer's and dementia. And so keep them engaged in the learning process. And that's our mission.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the other things that you mentioned were the hierarchy of needs, essentially, and how do we meet their needs so that they can come into the classroom able to release what is going on externally and focus on their learning. So part of that around the institution is what we're doing to address food insecurity. So I know you all have a pantry at Central. How can students access their pantry and what's available to them?
Well, you know what, that's I'm glad you mentioned that, because we call it the Eagle Market. And basically this is food insecurity is a major problem throughout colleges and universities. And if you think about it, I want to go back once again to the holistic approach in helping students succeed. Without adequate nutrition, without adequate food, it's hard to be successful in their classes, and it affects them both physically and mentally. So our Eagle One market is basically open at it serves both and I want to make sure this is mentioned, it serves our South Campus and the Central Campus of Central College. That basically a student can come in, and you must be enrolled as a student, and you can obtain up to 60 pounds of food and make 2 visits, I think, per month. I think that's correct. And it allows them, and by the way, this food is not canned rutabagas or something that nobody wants. It runs the gamut from beans, lentils, canned goods, dried goods, fresh fruits and vegetables. There's a wide array of choices for the student, and we just think that is critically important because, again, this is a national problem, especially given student finances these days. And so sometimes they're eating poor quality foods, and it's not helping them. It's not helping their brain health. It's not helping them in terms of physical health. And so this is all part of what we should be doing as an institution, is we should at least be taking that into consideration. And we are. And I'm pleased. And I know there are other efforts across HCC to do this as well. We're particularly proud of our efforts, and it is we serve a lot of students.
Yeah, absolutely. So outside of making sure you go to that 2-week span of Welcome Week, accessing the gym, checking out the resources that are available. If you're in need of food, going to the Eagle Market and connecting with our counseling department for free mental health services. Okay, outside of accessing those, what advice would you give to students to get the most out of their time at HCC?
Well, one thing I forgot to mention was we've revitalized club sports. And I think that's important because it gives students connectivity to the institution. They develop leadership skills, and it's really the affiliative part of that where they're interacting with their peers and they're doing all those kinds of things. And so right now we have we're having men's, and I need to get the dates correct on this because I want, if this is going out, I want people to be aware of this. We're having tryouts for men's basketball on August 27th, for women's basketball on August 26th, and women's volleyball on August the 28th, all at the HCC Central Gymnasium. So I just wanted to give a shout out to club sports because, again, there's a lot of benefits that accrue to a student from participation in those. What advice would I give them? Well, of course, the advice I'd give them, I came from an academic background, is study hard. Commit yourself to being successful in school. It will open doors for you in ways that you can't imagine. Sometimes we take that for granted. It's not about just getting by. I bet everybody that's participating in this meeting today, and those that are even logged in from other places, will recognize you probably had some classes where you just didn't put that much into it. Maybe y'all were all good students. I'll speak for myself. But when I did that, I didn't get the full value of that class. I didn't get the full value of that learning. So my best advice to students is commit yourself to the learning enterprise and also take advantage of all the things that I've mentioned previously to connect you to HCC and to Central College.
Love to hear it. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Butch Harrod, who serves as the interim president for our Central College. We'll have details about how to get connected at Central College posted after the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you. My pleasure to be here.
All right. Well, coming up after a quick commercial break, we will return with some news and announcements.
When I grow up, I want to work at a school so I can be a teacher.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
All right. Well, welcome back. I'm going to wrap out with news and events happening across HCC and the greater Houston area. First up is you have the opportunity to learn to speak Portuguese at HCC. If you did not know that, lock in and share with somebody who would love to explore the vibrant cultures through language. Portugal, Brazil, Angola, Mozambique, and other Portuguese-speaking countries with our new Portuguese language courses at HCC. You can use Portuguese to connect to local communities in Houston and expand your network to prepare for your travel in Portuguese-speaking countries. Start your journey at HCC.
STEM Carnival, Mommy and Me at HCC South. The 2023 winner of HCC Business Plan Competition, whose company Mommy and Me won the grand prize, is hosting a free STEM Carnival this fall at HCC. The event features drones, robots, and rocket launches. It'll be from 10 to 2 Saturday, September the 7th at HCC South. Check out the information in the post after the show.
All right. Well, earn your degree for free at HCC has a ring to it, but a large opportunity for our recent high school graduate. Our HCC Eagle Promise program can allow you to earn your degree for free through scholarships and financial aid. Eligible students are encouraged to apply before September 30th. So there's still time. If you are wondering, is there still time to get enrolled for fall? Fall enrollment is open, and this program is open to eligible high school students who graduated this spring in 2024. So check the post for details after the show.
Fall registration continues. Registration for fall semester is now open with second start and small semester offered in a variety of programs. HCC courses for these are offered in a range of modalities, including online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, both face-to-face and partially virtual, in-person and hybrid labs. Learn more after the show or check us out at hccs.edu/apply.
All right, well, coming up, for Film Friday, we'll explore the United States of a Movie podcast, and we'll meet a Coleman College graduate with a passion for helping both patients and new nurses. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Up to the Minute. We'll see you next time.